Hello, everyone. My name is Ala Ochumare, and I want to thank you so much for joining us today for the Day of Action Racial Justice. This event was curated by the New Haven Pride Center in partnership with the International Festival of Arts and Ideas. And again, my name is Ala. My pronouns are she and her, and I am the youth program manager here at the Pride Center and the program curator for today. So again, before we begin today's program, we want to take a moment to acknowledge the land on which we are hosting this event. The New Haven Pride Center and the International Festival of Arts and Ideas were founded and operated on the traditional lands of the Mohegan, the Mashantucket Pequot, the Eastern Pequot, the Schaghticoke, the Golden Hill Pagasaut, Wappinger, Niantic, and the Quinnipiac peoples. We hope that from wherever you are, you take a moment to acknowledge and honor the Native people whose lands you occupy and the history of the place you are in. You can find out more about Native lands at native-land.ca. Now, I am really excited to welcome you to today's program. The Center's Day of Action programming was created as a mini series in 2020, and it was aimed to challenge our community to combat issues that divide us and create injustice within our community. Today, our Day of Action is focused on racial justice. Join us throughout this beautiful day as we confront some of the work needed to ensure that our community is a place free of racism, white supremacy, anti-blackness, anti-queerness, and oppression. Finally, before we begin, we want to thank our sponsors who made today possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Without the support of organizations like the Community Foundation of Greater New Haven, CT Humanities, and the City of New Haven's Department of Arts, Culture, and Tourism, we would not be able to do what we are doing for you today. We would not be able to produce these types of programming. So thank you all for your continued support. Now, before we begin, I want to introduce Adrianne from the City of New Haven's Department of Arts, Culture, and Tourism.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Adrianne Jefferson. I'm the Director of Cultural Affairs for the City of New Haven, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to New Haven Pride Center's 2021 Day of Action for Racial Justice. I first want to commend the New Haven Pride Center and Patrick Dunn for their transformative work, which has amplified and given voice to so many marginalized groups of people, particularly those in the LGBTQIA+ community and those in the Black, Indigenous, people of color community. I want to commend you on how you have centered anti-racism principles and you have centered justice. You know, it is my heartfelt belief that in order to truly work towards racial justice, there needs to be deep truth-telling and accountability from arts organizations, institutions, and our government. I call on these entities to prioritize advancing racial equity and to lead with reconciliation with the Black and Brown people that are in communities and to remedy the harm that has been done to them. In order to do this, we need these entities to look at equitable policy and procedure changes and to dismantle systems that have perpetuated white supremacy and racism and have been largely exclusive. That's why today, this Day of Action is so important. It is a time for us to gather in community and gain a shared understanding of what racism actually is and how it shows up in our world, to gain actionable steps to fight against it through anti-racism. But it can't just stop here. It can't just be about one day. This has to be an ongoing commitment to advancing racial justice and a continued fight for more equitable outcomes. If you haven't done so already, I want to invite you today to take the Arts for Anti-Racism Pledge, which focuses on needed changes to our internal cultures, advancing social justice, changing policy and practices, breaking down barriers in the arts and breaking down barriers to accessibility, inviting the community into decision-making on things that directly impact them, and taking deep and honest looks at our history. And so you can take the pledge at www.togethernewhaven.com/pledge. I look forward to working with many of you to continue the fight for racial justice.
Thank you so much, Adrianne. the work that you are bringing here into the city, into the state is exceptional. And I want to bring and introduce someone who has really honored the work. I'm so excited to be working with him. I would like to introduce you all to Malakhi. Eason, he, him pronouns. He is the director of programming and community impact of the International Festival of Arts and Ideas.
Thank you, Ala. That was so sweet. Hello, everybody, and good morning. I'm so happy to be here in this wonderful space with some wonderful people who are willing to do the work. I want to first say it's great to be in partnership with the New Haven Pride Center. It's great to work with Ala. It's great to work with Patrick. These people are so passionate in what they do, and I'm happy just to be a part. So today, I'm just excited to see what's going on with the conversations about racial justice, racism, anti-blackness, anti-immigrant, all those things that are some things that people like to put behind them. So from my heart, from my family heart here at the International Festival of Arts and Ideas, we want to say welcome you guys to a day that's going to be able to change and make an impact on our city. So thank you guys for allowing me to be a part of this, and welcome, welcome, welcome. And I can't wait to see all the programming that's happening today. Bye, guys.
Thank you, Malakhi. And if you don't know, Malakhi is an amazing creative. I'll give you a little break for right now, Malakhi. I'll brag on you later. I would love, this is exciting. This next introduction is absolutely exciting. I would love to bring on Arien to introduce what they're bringing to us today.
What is up? What is up? My name is Arien Wilkerson. My pronouns are they, she. I am Hartford-born, raised North End. Shout out, shout out. I'm currently here in Philadelphia, which is originally Lenape land. So to give acknowledgement to the land that I am on here in Philadelphia. And the work that you are about to see is called Untitled Queer. The music is all by my dear, lovely friend, also a Hartford-born and raised artist, South End Hartford, Kevin Hernandez Rosa, and it was shot previously last year with an artist named David Arori. The work is about what I feel like we maybe are experiencing now with our ideas around identity, flesh, behavior, and integrity. So I hope you enjoy. Check it all out. And thank you very much.
From the ground to the sky, from the ground to the sky, from the ground to the sky, from the ground to the sky. Welcome to the tiny edge. Enemies carry themselves like anemones, flashing, pam talking, garnish, hard to see, hard to seize, hard to breathe, pardon me, blowing smoke past the V. Jeez, use a eater, Super Saiyan, spin a heater, know what I'm saying? Let's play Russian roulette with you and my set. Strap up, heavy magnet to the side of your neck, and you is up next. Flipping cards, fantasize, flipping cards. Use the next, not the next, Xanax bar. Flipping cards, fantasize, flipping cards. Use the next, not the next, Xanax bar. Stop dimming the lights. Bloodstone, Walker aura, code of force, for you see the superstitious. Scrap that wish list. If you risk it, no risk. Just fill equipment. Ring of fire, publication. Ain't no fornication. When you fallen in suspension, puppy guppy. Cut the fucking tension. All the content before this shot is just built up so that this shot shows you that all that other stuff was like just form or something. The hood is the future. The future is advertised. Lately my chest feels like casing chassis. Left eye, side eye, maybe I do a little tap dance. Curb dance, people act this shit backwards. Simple, itty bitty twinkle, fickle, fantastic. Learning how to fish, learning something new. Only worry about within, dog indifference. Drano in my extinguisher, dogged indifference. You move 2 millimeters to the left, dog. The rest, dog, is back there. Like, there's a kind of tranceness that happens here that isn't, like, that. It's just in preparation to that. So that was the first trance move, and then this is, like, the actual, you know, I don't know. It's clear on the surface, it's digital on the 1, 2, catwalk into the walk. Thirsty, don't stop. My blood's pretty thin, don't drop me. Measure right twice, maybe in another life. Y'all could be in the Caribbean, Atlanta's greeting, white walls and what's it seeing. Back windows, black widows, plenty people, and we see through. Meet me down the free throw line, free falling off the peephole vine. Mine is the cheat code design, minding my own business. Get up off of this dick, slip me off of next grip, seeking out the next grip. Me on my own quick list, getting more specific. Busting like a whippet, and I'm whipping my bucket till it's scraping and plucking. Chicken feathers, chipping leather. Don't see me bluffing. See the front kid, and I love it like a fat L and a tight clip. It's clear on the surface, it's digital on the 1, 2 catwalk into the walk. My cry blood thirsty, don't stop. My blood's pretty thin, don't drop me. My blood's pretty thin, don't drop me.
Oh my God, Arien, that was everything. I had to be very conscious that we were on a live thing because I would have been back here getting like everything in. That was beautiful. The movement, I just wanted to follow your body.
Thank you.
I was like, that was so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Please thank everyone that starred in your video for us. That was so beautiful.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out.
Come back to Connecticut, y'all.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to David Navori, who actually was my boyfriend at the time that I made that, which is so funny because that's how the way world goes, but they moved away. And Adrian Hopkins, who's the boy that's floating, Aaron Ball and Emmanuel Darby, who were my male sort of, on the beach slave abstractions. And yeah, and then that's me dancing in all the different, like in the mountains and everywhere, being crazy. I'm trying not to die a heat stroke, but yeah, it was great. So I'm really excited that everyone got to see it, and I hope they loved it. So thank you.
Yes, you were out in the mountains reclaiming and blackifying that space. And so thank you, because our ancestors were called there, and now they're still there. And if they haven't been there for a while, you were able to invoke them with your movement and that music. And so thank you so much for sharing that with us. And thank you for, holding and honoring our super queer, super there ancestors.
Right. Right. I love you. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And I love you too.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, the show's over. No, I'm just kidding. That was amazing, and just a snapshot of all the emotions you are going to be able to experience today. That was an amazing snapshot. So I want you to join us for our next program. As you can see here, Combating Anti-Asian Sentiment in the Queer Community. It begins at 10:30. So if you have not yet registered, hurry up, run over, register. This is going to be an amazing, amazing panel joined by some amazing folks, not only from Connecticut, but from outside of Connecticut. And so we are going to bring on our amazing person to introduce our next panel. Oh, there's no registration needed. I'm sorry. There you go. So I would love to go right on over to our social media and please join us for this panel, Combating Anti-Asian Sentiment in the Queer Community. It begins in a couple of minutes. Join us on our socials. No need to register. My bad. That's for our workshops. But please join us on social media, on Facebook, on our event page. You can join us for this panel, and it begins in 5 minutes.